despite nothing wants to work for us.
All right, so at least we didn't give out our answers yet, because now we can do it.
Are we live?
Doesn't. Well, wait a minute. Let's see here. Hey, guess what? We're back again. I have no idea.
Right.
I have no idea what you can hear, how much you heard before, but
It was a great show. It was probably our best show ever.
What we're going to do is we're just going to go back and Rick, just say what you did before. Say it again.
All right, let's take this opportunity to talk about what just happened. Now, if you're one of the handful of people who listen to the show live, thank you. But you might have noticed that we couldn't get on the air today. Well, that's because we're having technical difficulties. And much like everything in life, it's easy to fix if you just throw money at it. And if you enjoy the show, if you like what we're doing, if you want to help us grow our brand and grow our show, we have set up a Patreon page that will allow you to contribute to our show. And it's basically you can donate anywhere from $1 to $100 or more, and then every month it automatically renews. So we are trying to get better software so that we can be on the air and not have these issues. We're trying to get better software so we can have more people on the air at the same time, not have any lags, no delays, no problems with downloading or broadcasting live. And the Patreon page, it's patreon.com. Just type in TFYLP, TFYLP, and it'll take you to the page. We're going to share the link on all our social media outlets. So it works like this. It's kind of like Kickstarter, where you pick a tier. And it's like, hey, I want to give these guys $1 a month. You know, every dollar helps. And this does not go to paying my salary. It just goes towards getting equipment and funding for the needs of the show. You can donate $5, and eventually you'll get a sticker. I don't know how that works. Duran will mail you something. If you want to donate $10 a month, that's great. You get $5 off your next order from CapturedPrey.com. $25 a month. That's very generous of you. We will literally mail you the shirts off our back. So this shirt this is a Chive shirt. I will mail this shirt to you, or you can in fact get a TFYLP shirt if you want. Or if you need some new sheets for your bed, Don will mail you one of his shirts.
Make sure it's at least a king or a queen size bed.
Yeah. And or if you need to pitch a tent, whatever. And then Brett is nice enough. He is the owner of Mega Toy Fan, and
you're not getting the hat.
And he and Captured Prey as well are two sponsors for $50 a month. Man, you're going to get some special treatment from these guys. You're going to get from Captured Prey, you get $25 off your purchase once we reach our funding goal. What is our funding goal? $700. Our funding goal is $700. So this equipment, I think the basic is like $550 something for the equipment that we need to allow us to broadcast better. And from Mega Toy Fan, you're going to get heads up on all their special sales. You're going to get early access to their parts trading party at the conventions. And you might actually be a guest star on TFYLP. And if you're someone out there who's extremely generous and you really, really, really like our show and you're in a good spot financially, you don't have any wife or kids that you know of, you drive a nice car, you have a good job, you went to college or something like that, for $100 a month, I swear to you on the grave of my children who aren't dead yet, that Headmaster Don will send you a Supreme Class Cheetor, autographed in blood.
No.
Oh, in blood? No. Okay.
No.
Just autographed.
Just use a red pen.
I'll send
It's a red pen. It's okay.
I'll send you the
Hey,
blood
right.
later on. And also with that $100 tier, if you are so kind enough to donate $100 towards our $700 goal, you're going to get the chair for an episode of TFYLP, and you're going to get to vote someone off the island. So if you come on the air and you say, "Hey, Brett, get out of here. Don, tap out," you get to kick someone off the show and take their spot. So please join us. Help us build this show. We're on episode 224. I guess this is episode 224.2.
Pretty much.
Take two. Take two.
Right. We try to do an episode for you every single week. We try to make it entertaining. We have guests. We do a little bit different than what some other broadcasters do, where we have very focused shows. We have crazy characters like Don and me and Don and sometimes Plasticon. And for $200 a month, you can we will set Jack Bruner on fire. We will literally set him on fire.
That's a hell of an upgrade from the last. That was a hell of an upgrade from the last time.
In the middle of the night, we will fill up socks with bars of soap, beat him into submission with said socks, take lighter fluid, just dump it everywhere on his bed, his sheets, his clothes, whatever he sleeps in, and just light him up. We will do this for you, and we'll broadcast it. So please help us. I know I joke around a lot, but we are struggling to grow the show. So if there's anything you can do to help us, please go to our Patreon page. We're trying to raise $700 to buy some really good equipment that will allow us to do an even better show for you guys. Remember, this is all done out of fun, out of passion for being on the air and sharing our love of Transformers toys. So if you like what you've heard so far, we have 223 other episodes for you to go back and listen to. Please help us. So I think since we started late tonight, we're going to jump right into it. We got Don, we got Jack, we got Brett, and I'm Rick, and we're going to jump right into it. Tonight's topic was basically, what are your 3 top official and unofficial gifts that you would want to get for the holiday season? Black Friday's coming around the corner. There's going to be a lot of sales. Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, Buy Rick Something Tuesday. It's all coming up. So I'm going to throw it over to Brett, a.k.a. Jim. And Jim, why don't you give us the top 3 official items which you think are the best gifts to give to that special person in your life who loves Transformers?
Well, once again, I guess you're assuming you're talking to me, trying to be funny. So we're going to go with 3 official first. We'll go around the table with that, and then we'll go with the unofficial. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to put 2 official, and then I'm going to put 1 to avoid.
That sounds
very, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
I want to do my first and number 1 pick, absolutely, is Masterpiece Primal. I'm sorry, but that thing is amazing. Sorry, Don, if I took your thunder on that one.
Yeah.
That one is amazing. And if you've seen reviews on it, if you've got it, awesome. Anyone who loves Beast Wars would love to get that as a present.
Hey, if you can, why don't we kind of mention what these things tend to sell for?
What was that? It was like 125.
Well, the average Japanese retail was about $89.99, barring variances on the yen versus dollar. I got mine for 100 shipped through Amazon Japan. Now that Amazon Japan does ship a lot of things to the U.S., most domestic retailers were about 114 to 119 from what I saw.
Yeah,
before shipping.
And then
And
there's one with a coin too that sometimes sells for a little bit more.
well, they actually
Yeah,
included
and
a
then-
mace.
Yeah.
And that little mace with the little
Banana
box
box.
looks like bananas. And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if you get you got to get that. That thing is awesome. We actually talked about it on the last show, and I thought absolutely for the Beast Wars fans, this, that, and the other, that would be a great one. My pick for not Beast Wars would be the Combiner Wars Leo Kaiser. I think that's another good one. I think that the representation compared to the original is spot on. I mean, look at it. It looks wonderful. Now, I've not gotten this set, so I don't know how secure it is, but just going by the reviews and everything, I think it's going to be a great set. And if we don't get some third-party add-ons for that, there's something wrong. And I'm going to finish it up by saying one to avoid.
Can I guess what it is?
Rust.
Yeah, there you go.
That thing is a floppy piece of crap. Everyone I've heard about, everyone has said there's some degree of floppiness. I don't know if the mold degradation or what, or they just got some monkeys assembling them. I don't know. It's horrible. It's absolutely, the tolerances are horrible. I can actually get a washer and put a washer, almost like a dime, the size of a dime, thickness of a dime, in the waste to keep it from flopping. That's how loose it is.
Oh, well, I guess the good thing is we are having an unofficial thrust coming out before too long, so at least there's an option.
And I hear that's even cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about saving money and getting a better toy.
Yeah.
So learn from my mistake. I already bought the floppy thing, and I wouldn't get it. That one I wouldn't get.
Okay. All right. That's some good stuff right there. Let's throw it over to Headmaster Don.
All right. Well, I'll be honest. Brett sort of stole my thunder on Primal, which is fine because Primal is, if you have a collector in your life and they like Beast. Now again, Beast Wars was a very polarizing show, but if the collector in your life likes Beast Wars, he or she will like Primal. My alternative masterpiece is going to be, I believe it was released this year, or at least one of the molds was Ratchet and Ironhide.
Oh.
That's sort of my that's my alternative. They're on the shelf. I couldn't get quite to them right there. But yeah, don't go by the pictures that you see for them unless they're like current product shots. The early pictures made Ironhide look terrible. And in hand, him and Ratchet are really some of the most solid masterpieces we've gotten.
Now you're okay with it, even with the little bit of hip kibble that it has.
The hip kibble, I've learned to just embrace the hip kibble.
Overlook it.
Yeah, it's still like I still think it looks like it'd be like a brave robot with like throwing stars on his hip or something that you would throw at somebody. But
it looks like he's got big old pockets. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, I've gotten as good as the rest of the figure turned out to be from the transformation, the accessory count, and just the overall how good it looks with MP10. That's what I want to go with if you want a good G1 representation.
I agree. It's a solid figure.
Yeah. I was happy with my iGear versions. And then when I got Ironhide, I just saw how good they were. My other masterpiece, my other ones, I'm going to start on the lower end with this. Robots in Disguise 2.0 Starscream. Again, tolerances on RID, we know there's some tolerance issues across the board on a lot of these things. But for an RID Warrior class toy, he's got a great transformation. It's simple, but it's still a little involved. He's got a striking silhouette in both modes. And this is one, compared to, say, the War for Cybertron Starscream, I would actually buy Skywarp, Thundercracker, Sunstorm, whatever other they want to recolor this mold into, provided they fix the hips. I would be willing to buy multiple colors of this because it's Starscream, but it's a little bit different, but it's still very G1 looking in a way. So, on the lower end, Starscream I think is a really good little figure just to fiddle with at your desk.
How much is that? How much does that cost?
Right now, Toys R Us is selling them their own sale at Toys R Us for $10.
You're talking about a $10 stocking stuffer.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Now, I wasn't going to count Lyle Kaiser because I have him, He just came yesterday, and I have not had a chance to open them. Friday, I've not had a chance to release them, so I wasn't going to count them. What I am going to count, however, and this is a tie because either way you go, you can't go wrong. Either
Is that like no matter where you go, there you are?
Combiner Unite Warriors Computron or Combiner Wars Computron.
Look at that side-by-side comparison.
If you have a fan,
now you say those tie?
Yes, because while the Unite Warriors version is a more solid version, their nose cone is better. This is more of the animation accurate design.
Wait a minute. Remember, for the audio listeners, describe what you're talking about.
Okay, right now I'm talking about the Unite Warriors, the Japanese Takara Computron.
Okay.
Because they use blast off retooled into strafe. They've got a somewhat better color scheme for the nose cone versus the Hasbro version. They're using the better Rook mold on the Takara version versus the Brawl mold for Hasbro. And if you want a more animation accurate, the Takara version is the way to go. But when you factor in cost and you factor in how good the Hasbro Computron looks, as far as the colors, how close it looks to be compared to toys, the original toy, plus you get that great Legends Cosmos mold as Scrounge as part of the set.
With a Scrounge head.
Exactly, which is something you don't get with the Unite Warriors version. And also with the Computron from Hasbro, you get new hands and feet, which really makes the figure stand out from the Takara version, even though, again, there is some mold choices on the Hasbro. That's not the best mold, but again, you're looking at the Hasbro with having more of a budget constraint versus Takara. But if you have a G1 collector, I think either way you go, your person getting the present will be happy.
Now, what are the price points on both of those?
Computron you can get right now many places from $79 to $99.
That's the Hasbro one.
For the Hasbro version.
Yeah.
I have not recently checked the Takara price. I do not know if it's still running about the same. I got this for. Oh, thank you, Jack. When I picked this up, it was about $150 shipped.
Okay.
So I didn't double dip on Bruticus, even though I'm a Bruticus fanboy, because I knew I would. But instead of me choosing between these two, I said, "To hell with it. I'm wanting to get both because both have positives and minuses that really play out."
Now let me ask you: the Hasbro Computron. I'm sure there's reviews out there for it, but does that have a new combiner head on it, or is it still a repaint of the Silver Bolt?
It's Silver Bolt, but you do have the face. You've got it. See, it's got the. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's this regular Superion. The colors are better than what was on the standalone Scattershot.
Yeah,
the colors are better on this Scattershot versus the Betatron Scattershot, but it's still the Superion head. Whereas the Takara version is a more accurate Computron look. But I think both have their own. They're so visually different. Either way, you have a success on your hands.
Now, which do you think looks better in individual modes?
Probably the Takara, just because they're going with more animation accurate, and also the fact that this Rook mold is probably one of the strongest, maybe even the strongest Combiner Wars mold we've gotten in the deluxe size class, and it makes a really good looking nose cone. Which I hate to slam the Brawl mold, but the Brawl mold does have issues, and the tolerances are across the board. But I will say one thing about the Hasbro version: these feet and hands are awesome. And I'm hoping we see Hasbro either use these more in the future or make these available as just sets for other previous combiners or for whatever's coming out later on.
Now, those are not the Victorion. Those are new ones.
Yeah. These are new ones. They do not have the high heels. and they have very, very good ratchets. Hang on.
They just look way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
absolutely, especially the fists.
Yeah. And
Way better.
and if you get both, I haven't done this yet, but many people who have both are putting these hands and feet on the Takara version,
Mhm.
which really makes it look even
I could-
better.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are my three choices for official.
Do you have anything you would stay away from?
Uh.
How about Mean Cats?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, he's being a good boy tonight. He's being a good boy tonight.
All right. Well,
Uh,
we'll come back to it when we get to the
yeah.
unofficial stuff.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Exactly.
Jack, it's your turn to say something. No pressure. The
once.
spotlight's all on you. What do you got? What are your three top holiday gift giving ideas for official?
Well, for that hardcore movie collector, I think the best but most expensive figure I can recommend is the Takara Tomy Asia Premium Series Ultimate Optimus Prime, which is the Revenge of the Fallen repaint, which is pretty much every release of the Revenge or the mold, and it comes with like every accessory he's ever came with. I'll bring up the box, which is this.
Oh yeah.
It comes with his Ion Blaster, which was the gas tanks from the Buster Prime mold. He's got the original battle blades. It comes with the battle hooks from the one, I think it was like Hunt for the Decepticons.
Hunt for the Decepticons.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Those switch out?
No, it just pegs into his hand.
Oh, they're not
completely
spring
tore-
loaded like the originals?
Nope.
Okay.
Comes with the knuckle where he, busts out Shockwave's abs. Comes with the Jetwing kit, the shield, and Mega Striker from the Buster Prime.
Wow. I had no idea it came with all that stuff.
So you're looking
Yeah,
at
and-
what, like 4 or 5 renditions all in one?
Pretty much.
Wow.
What was the retail on that, Jack? Because I've got enough movie primes right now. I didn't actually look at that for sanity's sake. But what does that usually run?
75. I want to.
Talking about, look at the price of getting those 5. I mean, the
Yeah.
Buster alone's over 100. Now,
Yeah.
does it have the chrome like the Buster does?
No, but it does have the chrome-ish.
Oh yeah,
really
that
reflective.
nice Takara silver that they use on so much stuff.
Yeah, and they even got gunmetal grays. I think the red and blues are pretty much the same. It's nothing too sparkly. Striping like the Buster has doesn't kind of open, because when I originally heard about this, I was kind of thinking it was like the Lost Age Optimus tour, where they pretty much took the Age of Extinction leader class and buffed it up, and they had the accessory to where you can have like his mouth plate on and you can have it off. I thought it was going to
Faceplate.
come with this,
Yeah.
and it didn't. I was kind of disappointed. That's the only gripe I have about it. But yeah, this thing is just jam packed. Hell of a lot of fun. Also comes with a little Allspark, which I don't know where I put that. But yeah, it pretty much fits in his hand. I did a whole gallery on it. It's just so fun. Still actually maintains the electronics from the main Revenge of the Fallen, so he says, "I'm Optimus Prime" every time you try to transform him.
Is it
That's-
Cullen's voice?
Yes,
Awesome.
that's yeah. So, and he does have the details from Dark of the Moon, which I honestly wasn't expecting that, but yeah, I think that's all I can really say. It's just so fun, despite I really don't want to mess with him too much because he's more adult collector friendly than kid friendly.
That's code
Oh.
for he'll break it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't get it for Billy, get it for Bill Senior.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, as an alternative, I guess if you kind of want to stay in that price range, but kind of have a toy where you and your son or daughter can mess with it, then I recommend the Another Big Boy